Hi everyone, today we're going to be doing a ratio exploration with our American tour. Our learning target for today is I can use unit fractions, percents, and ratios to find the part of a whole set or to find the whole. So just a quick reminder, unit fractions are fractions that have a 1 on the top. So 1/3, 1/10, and so on. So today we're going to be working with ratios. Well, what is a ratio? I have for you here some examples. On average, 1/3 of 5th graders play soccer, 1 out of 3. 15% of the population has tried water skiing. Twice as many students like dogs as do cats. The chances of winning the lottery are 1 in 1 billion. So those are all examples of ratios. Can you think of what makes a ratio then? Well, a ratio is very similar to a rate, except a ratio has numbers that have the same unit. So here we're talking about students. Here we're talking about, a chance. 1 chance out of 1 billion. 15% of the population. It's really 15 out of 100, but we're talking about people. Here it's 5th graders. So the difference between a ratio and a rate is simply a ratio uses the same unit and a rate has 2 different units. Miles per hour, price per pound. One of the most popular ways to think about ratios is to think about percentages. So I have here for you, this is from your student reference book, some different activities that kids and adults participate in. So it breaks it down into 5th graders, adults between 35 and 44, and then adults over age 65, and then male, female, percentage of all people in the population, and then it does the rank at the end. Okay, so that you know kind of what we're looking at here. So you can use this table to help understand how many people participate in certain activities. For example, let's look at bowling here. Bowling has roughly 25% of kids that are 11 years old that participate. So we could write this a couple different ways. We could write this as 25%. We could write it as 25 out of every 100. We could also write that as 1 out of every 4. So those are some different ways to write the ratios. Can you compare how many kids like bowling versus how many 35 to 44-year-olds like bowling? Pause the video and see if you can do that. So bowling for 11-year-olds is about 25 out of 100. But for 35 to 44-year-olds, it's only about 16 out of 100. So we can see the ratio of people who are kids or 11-year-olds is greater than the number of people who participate in bowling that are adults. So about how many 11-year-olds like to go bicycle riding or go bicycle riding? Did you figure out that that was about 39% or 39 out of 100 kids? Pause the video and see if you can figure out what is the most popular activity on the graph for 11-year-olds or on the table for 11-year-olds. Did you see that swimming at 41% was the most popular activity for 11-year-olds? Great job. So these are some ways that we can use ratios. Here are your quiz questions for today. You'll need to pause the video and jot down your answers before you try to answer them in Edmodo because you'll need the table. First one, what's the ratio of adults aged 35 to 44 who participate in swimming, written as a percentage? What's the same ratio in a fraction and lowest terms? So the same one, what is the ratio of adults who participate in swimming, written as a fraction and lowest terms? And then the third one, what's the ratio of 11-year-olds who ride scooters to adults who ride scooters? And I want you to write that one using a colon. Thanks for watching and have a great night.